on Purim, because we are before Purim, but from the eyes of the Nun Daled, of this Torah Nun Daled. So I don't know what I said before and what I didn't say before, so I will say everything.
You didn't watch the tape?
No, I don't understand this guy's English. He speaks very strange, you know, like an Israeli.
We love it though. We love it.
You have to get the version with the caption underneath.
Yes.
Sometimes
Okay. So we spoke about the Megillah. We cut it into three. The first 3 chapters is the preparation for the redemption. Yeah, that Achashverosh kills Vashti because Haman tells him, you know, Achashverosh makes a big party. In this party, Vashti doesn't listen to what the king says, and the king gets mad at her. And he asked her, you know, the Gaon Vilna, he has Perush, and he makes a Perush on the Ta'amim, on the signs that gives the music of the
notes.
Yeah,
the trap.
The trap?
Trap?
Yeah.
Okay. Trap. So he has a Perush. So the king says, bring Vashti the queen. Why Vashti the queen? Because first she is Vashti, and only after, because I made her a queen. Yeah? And when she answers, she says, so the Megillah says the queen Vashti. Because she told him she's a queen. She is a 4th generation from Nebuchadnezzar. Right. She is a queen by her own. She doesn't need him. Right. He was only a servant in her uncle's house, Belshazzar, in his father's house. And when Achashverosh gets mad and says, "What we're going to do with her? She doesn't want to come. It's against the king. She's mored b'malchut. She's a rebel against the king. She has." But then Achashverosh says, "The Queen Vashti." Why does he say the Queen Vashti? Yeah, because he wants them to have to judge her with mercy, not to judge her with din, yeah, to have rachamim. But then Haman jumps up and says, "No, she must die. She must die. She did something very bad. Now all the women in all the kingdomship they will abuse their husband." Well, Haman is against women's lib. What happened? What's wrong with women's lib? You know, it's good for him. You know, everything is free. You know, he can. But he didn't need it. He really didn't need it because he had enough women. He had something like 700 kids.
Whoa!
Yeah, from all his how many? Rov, 202, and 132 was killed and run away, and 70 ran away with who? Ran away. Yeah.
It's a chidush. I had no idea.
Yeah. And there's many chidushim in the Megillah. Really, it's amazing.
These are the children that he had?
70, yeah.
So 70 survived.
70 survived. That's why we know that there's still Amalek in the world. Anyway, he was the one that was the main mover to kill Vashti. And then because of this, Achashverosh calls wants all the girls to come, and it's, you know, a king, honorable king. Bring me all the girls, you know, 16, 17, 30, you know.
Right.
It's honorable, you know. Ask all the kings around you, you know, and take a woman that she belongs to the
Royalty.
to royalty, yeah. Not just any woman. Oh, what kind of king is this guy? You know? Okay, so by accident, Esther becomes the king out of all the 1,000 women that came. Everything is by accident. This is the main teaching of the Megillah, that everything looks like it's an accident.
Like.
You know,
Looks like an accident.
it isn't. There's no seichel, no common sense in what happened there.
Okay, but
you know?
Hashgacha Pratis started.
Huh?
It's Hashgacha Pratis started. It happened this way. Yeah.
Sure, it's Hashgacha
But it's an
Pratis.
accident.
Yeah,
But it looks random.
Huh?
It looks random, like
Yeah.
just
Looks
a
random.
chance.
Yeah. That's how it looks. And then you know, by accident, Mordechai hears Biktan V'Teresh planning to kill the king, and he tells Esther. Why does he tell Esther? Why doesn't he go by himself? Because he wants he wants her to find favor in the eyes of Achashverosh. But she says, no, Mordechai told me. Yeah? It wasn't planned. It looks like an accident, you know. And then, when everything turns over, yeah, and Esther calls the king and Haman together for a private wine party. What happens? Yeah? Achashverosh said, the queen, me, Haman.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Why does she need Haman?
Yeah.
What do they have together, you know? Maybe they want to kill me. Why? Nobody tells me. There's no one that cares about me, you know? I didn't do any good to anyone. Maybe not. So he reads the memory book.
He goes outside.
And he finds out that Mordechai saved him, and nothing was done. So he says, what happened? Okay. Then Haman comes early in the morning after he built this long
Gallows.
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 What to hang
Gallows, right.
to hang Mordechai on it, you know, and he said, and the king says, you know, I want to give honor to someone. Honor to someone? To me. Why does he thinks it's for him?
Because he's an ego.
Because he has everything. He has everything. He is rich. He's the highest minister, and he has many sons. You know, so all he needs is honor. Other people, I want to give something to other people. Yeah, maybe to be a minister, maybe to money, maybe, but only honor. So it's, of course, it's for me. So what do I want? I want the biggest honor that there is. You know, the only honor that I don't have, the honor of the king. I want the horse of the king, the dress of the king, the crown of the king. I want everything. So he says, oh, that's what he thinks. That's what he thinks about. He really wants to be the king. I thought he's my friend. I thought he's my best partner. You know, I see that he wants to be the king. Then they come again to the party with Esther. And then Esther says, you know, this is the bad man, and he did want to kill my people. Really, all what he wants to kill the Jewish nation is because he wants again to kill your wife. Like he killed Vashti. Now he wants to kill me also. That's why he made the Gzeira on all the Jews. Only to kill me. Oh, why the... Oh, okay, he goes out of his mind, and he orders to kill Haman, and everything turns over, and all the Jews are very happy, and they drink wine in Purim.
Live happily ever after.
Live happily ever after. They didn't live happily ever after. Yeah, but you know the root of the salvation of the nest is in the beginning. Yeah. But what the Midrash and the Chachamim, what they say is it's the technical way that the miracle happened. You know, by accident, and it all goes together into the puzzle, and then it happens. But where is the spiritual preparation for this salvation? Because we know, Hashem doesn't want us to be technical. He wants us to put on tefillin and talis and keep Shabbos and all the halachas that we have to keep, but He doesn't want us technical people. He wants us living people, spiritual people. That's what He really wants from us. If to Hashem b'simcha, b'simcha, b'regesh, bet Elokim alech b'ragesh. You know, I want you alive. I don't want you technical people. So where is the root of the spiritual salvation? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהכל נהיה בדברו.
Amen.
So when Achashverosh makes the party, slowly, when his previous king, the previous Persian king that was killed, Belshazzar, father of Vashti. Why he was killed? He was killed because he took out the vessels, the kelim of the Beit HaMikdash. Why did he take it out? Because he made a calculation that 70 years passed already, and Israel are not going to be free anymore. And there were three times. One time the Navi says, "Bimlot shivim leBabel," when Babel will have 70 years. One time it says, "Bimlot shivim" to the Galus. And one time it says, "Bimlot shivim" for Jerusalem. So Belshazzar thought, he understands everything is okay. It's not. The prophet says, Yirmiyahu, it's Yirmiyahu the prophet. He says this thing. The prophet one time he says like this, it's that it will be nice, it will look good, but it doesn't mean anything. So now it's 70 years that Babel is ruling all the world. So and Israel are still my slaves. They will not be free anymore. I can make a party. So then in the same night that he took the kelim, he died. He was killed. Achashverosh said, Belshazzar made a mistake. But I will count good. So he counted for the galus. From the first time Israel was sent out of Israel. And that was the first galus of Yehuda. That they say this is the Yamanite guys. They are the first galus because they didn't come back from Yaman, from Teiman. They didn't come back to Israel. And he was wrong also. But then he took out the kelim of the Beit HaMikdash. And then all the Jews that was there in the party that the king does, and everybody is happy, and they drink wine, 100% kosher, but that's Eidach Redis. Not Eidach Redis, how do you say, the ultra religious, the ultra,
None of the Rabbanut stuff.
Not the Rabbanut, the ultra, the religious, the best, and the best wine, they took care of it, so everybody is happy and drinking, and then they take out the kelim of the Beit HaMikdash. So they all start crying. Why are you crying? You are modern Jews. You got married to Persian women. You have Persian kids. Why are you crying? You're modern, you're okay. Even though those that didn't marry a Persian are modern people, you know. What happened to you? You can be modern, you can be, you know, dressed with the best clothes. Jewish, you stay. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help. Jewish is Jewish. You know, the Jewish heart is there. The Jewish brains is also there.
It's eternal.
Yeah. This is who you are really. So they start crying. What do they remember? They remember the Bet HaMikdash. What was the Bet HaMikdash? The Bet HaMikdash was the place where earth and sky gets together, where the spiritual and this world gets together. How? By the sacrifice. You know, you bring mineral, it's salt. You bring vegetable, is wheat and corn, and you bring animals. You know, sheep and cows, and they all, you know, you use them on the mizbeach. How do you say mizbeach?
Altar.
Altar, yeah, altar, yeah.
And that's
and then it becomes spiritual, you know. And I look on this and I know exactly what I have to do, exactly the point where I have my mistake. Each one, you know, we all come to the Bet HaMikdash, we all do the same thing, and each one learns something else. His own problem, his tachlis way to have good life and spiritual life here in this world, and that's what they remember. It's a big question, you know. Okay, the old guys, we are already 52 years in the Galus. Okay, so you know, the one that was 56, he remembers the Bet HaMikdash as a kid, as a boy. The one that was 60, he was a little bit older. 70, he was 12 years old. So only someone that is 80 was already a mature man and a little bit with understanding. So what are they crying? These guys, 30 years old, 40 years old, they never saw the Bet HaMikdash. Well, how come they cry? Because they heard from the old people, from the parents and from the grandparents, they heard all the stories. So what we learn here in the Nun Dalet, we learn about the imagination. The imagination was so strong, they got it only from stories. And you have to go back all these years only from stories and have all this feeling only from stories. Yeah? And they were sitting there and crying. We want the Bet HaMikdash. This was the tshuva that they made, and this was the root for the spiritual salvation. That when Mordechai comes and says to them, we must make tshuva, we must fast for 3 days. You know, I tried it once. You know, I tried 2 days.
Before Purim you tried?
No, you know, I don't remember what was it. It was in Emmanuel, you know, and I was going like this. You know, it's hard. It's difficult. You know, one day in Yom Kippur, okay. You know, so sometimes I take another hour, another 2 hours to show that Hashem doesn't choke me, doesn't go with a gun over my head to do it. So I take another hour, another half an hour, 2 hours, okay. But then I don't know what I had in my mind. I think 2 days, you know. It's very hard, you know. You can't think. You can't think. And there was tzaddikim that fasted from Motzei Shabbos till Shabbos. But 3 days, everybody, they accepted to cry and to put a sackcloth, yeah, on. So this was the root. And when in the party they cried and they wanted the Bet HaMikdash to come back. That's what we learn here in the Torah Nun Dalet. Rabbeinu wants us to have a memory from the world to come, from the Garden of Eden. Do you remember the Garden of Eden? Yes.
I was too young.
No, I wasn't. Sometimes I wasn't. Only when I have the point where I am in the middle. Before I was born, when I was in my mother's, then I am in the middle. I'm not in this world, and I'm not in the other world, and I'm connected to both of them. This is the time that I can hold both sides of the rope, like you say.
You're saying that it's half and half. It's like you're in Shemayim and you're in.
Yeah, you're here. Yeah, because I'm not out.
I'm not
there. So I can hold both of the parts.
Isn't this why, with imagination, that when we sing Shir Malos, at the beginning of benching, that we say that we were like dreamers?
Can, because this is the part. In when a man is asleep,
we will be like dreamers. We will be like dreamers.
Okay. Why? Because we slept all these 70 years. Now also it's b'chinat, it's like we are sleeping. Why it's like we are sleeping? Because we are not full awake. Full awake, it means to be aware that all the time Hashem is here. Like in the Beit HaMikdash, the sheep, the cow, the wheat, the corn, the trees, the birds, everything is spiritual. There's nothing physical here in this world at all. No, come on, I cannot live like this. I have another friend that learns this Torah Nun Dalet, and he's a genius. He's a really genius, and he flies all over the place. And he only speaks about high things. So listen, Rabbeinu wanted us to do something with this. Not only fly with this, do something. We have to do something. We have to come out. And this is really, there's nothing physical at all. Everything is spiritual. Really, everything is spiritual. But when it becomes spiritual, when I use it for spiritual things, when I use this table for Shabbos, for learning, the table becomes spiritual. And on the time to come, on the world to come, on the coming world, we will see the spiritual table. What happened with him? The tzaddikim, they wanted the coffin to be made out of the table. Why? Because they made so many mitzvahs with the table. They wanted it with them. They took him. Where do you take the table? The body is going to be rotten and the wood is going to be... Wherever I go, this table is come and he will be my witness that I make these mitzvahs. Like it says in the Nabi, Eben mikir tizak, ukvis me'etz ya'anena. The stones of the house will be the witnesses of the man. What did you do here in this house? You do good things or bad things? Everything will be. So it means everything is really spiritual. Only I have to use it. To use it and to understand it. Again, we come again, the main point of this Torah Nun Dalet is to take me out of being influenced by anything that happens in my area. Not my area will be the influence. The influence that I get from my area, I will translate it like it's Hashem is talking to me. Yeah? This one, like last time, these new people that came. No, you didn't tell me they're going to come, What I'm going to do, Part of us learn the Torah and that. And this, you put me in one time. So what should I do in this situation? You're going in the bus. Oh, you're going on the bus. And a woman cuts you like this, and she wants to go in front of you. Be polite. This is the polite of the non-Jewish people. The polite of the Jewish people is the woman should wait until I will go out. So what should I do? She cuts like this. If I'll shout, it's not the way. It's not the honor of Hashem that someone with a white beard, and it doesn't go. But I don't want to go behind her because it's not my derech eretz, it's not my derech eretz. So what should I do? You know, it's a test. So first of all, you know, the first reaction, you want to shout. The second, just a minute, what Hashem wants me? What does He want from me? What does He want? Maybe I shouldn't go on this bus. You know, on the bus, you know, if you remember the bus that was exploded in Emmanuel. So I don't remember if it was... אם זה הייתם שם, הייתם צריכים לעלות על האוטובוס הזה?
נכון, הפסדנו אותו.
כן. My wife and daughter, they were there.
רצינו להגיע לדקת נרות.
כן. It was Hanukkah. And they wanted to come to for the candlelights. And they missed the bus. And there was a young man, young Bachur, you know. So he ran to the station because the bus did a turn, a big turn, you know. So he cut between the houses, but they couldn't run. They were, so he got on the bus, and he was killed in this bus. And they lost the bus, they missed the bus, and they stayed alive. But what happened, you know, on time? Wow, I missed the bus. I missed the candle lighting time. Wow, what am I going to do? What is going? And he's happy now. Wow, I made it. I was strong. I was fast. I made it. Who really made it? The one that lost made it. Not the one that managed to do it. You know, the other one. So I don't know exactly what I have to do on this time. Maybe, you know, because this happened to me. It's not your time. It's not your bus. It's not. Stay. Wait. You know, I went on a bus from Bnei Brak. So he closed the bagage. Yeah, he closed it. Someone went in to take his suitcase.
Oh, someone was in there.
And he closed it. So he banged. So he opened it. So it's frightening, you know, to get close. So he went to the driver, you know, he said, "What are you doing?" Blah, blah, blah. So he shouts at me, Then we came already here, and one of the circles, you know, taxi driver, stopped to take off his customers. So there was a car behind him, you know, beeping, beep, beep, beep. But the bus driver did a big turn like this, and he, without saying anything, without beeping. What reaction is the right reaction? ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שכוחו גבורתו מלא עולם.
Amen.
What is the right reaction? If you did like this, you know, like the second time, it's not right. The taxi drivers shouldn't stop in the middle of the road, especially, you know, in a junction. You know, you stop all the cars from all sides. You know, you don't think you're the only man that has to make parnasa in this country. You can shout at him. You can be. Who is the loser? I am the loser. Because I stay with these feelings. All day, at least all day, you know. It can be for the other day, for the next day, and the next time something happened to me, I'm taking out all this aggravation again. So, look what Hashem wants from me on this time. I made a mistake, he made a mistake, he was going in. Tell me, I'm the driver, tell me that you're going in. I'm not looking all the time there. It's your problem that you're not looking all the time. You should look, you shouldn't look. I'm sorry, really, I'm sorry. It's a big mistake. You got frightened, I understand. You got frightened. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, but forgive me, please forgive me. Yeah. You say, okay, you know, I'm sorry. Okay, next time be careful. Okay, shalom. Finish. I was okay. He was okay. He will feel good because I was kind to him, and I will feel good because I was kind to him, and everything is gone. Yeah. This is how we should look all the time, you know. What is good? What Hashem wants from me now? What does He want from me now? Now, on this moment, not what I feel.
On the other hand, this morning I was walking back from shul. I was crossing Dolev.
No.
A lot of cars, so there's a crosswalk. But I wait. If there's a lot of space, I'll walk into the crosswalk, so I know the driver has enough time to make sure he sees me and stops. But there's a lot of cars going. So a taxi was coming up. The taxi saw me. There was cars there. He stops, and the other car stops. So let me cross.
Yeah.
I thought it was real menschlich. That was,
No. That's the right way.
That was beautiful. It was very nice.
That's the right way. That's the right way. You see, look what the other man needs. You know, this is if you see what your friend needs, you can see what Hashem wants from you also. Because you start having a sense, you know, for other people, what other people need, what other people want. So then you can see the clues that Hashem gives you in every time, every space.
And there was another story that was on Dan's Deals. It's a website. He's a frum guy, and he has all these bargains on air travel to Israel and other things he posted. So he posted this story. It's a true story because he knows the travel agent involved. He's in the travel business. There's a frum travel agent in Yerushalayim. And it was a businessman from America who was making a trip all over the Asia. He was going to fly on this, going to Peiping from wherever this, Malaysia, whatever it was, and he was making the itinerary. He wanted to fly Shabbos morning. And the travel agent says, I can't do it. You know, I can't. If you want to make the ticket, you can do this yourself, but I can't book you on a Shabbos flight. You know, it's not proper. You know, if you want to do it, you know, here's the information. You can call it up. So finally, the guy's going to do it, and then he said, you know, you're right. I think I should be more respectful of Shabbos, and I'll go Friday instead of Shabbos. That was the flight that disappeared.
Shabbos flight?
Yeah, he would have been on that flight.
Wow.
And this is verified. This is a true story.
This is good. This is good.
So this guy probably become a Shomer Shabbos now.
Yeah?
Saved his life.
Yeah? You hope so.
That's the same as the stories of people in the army during the war here.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they became firm.
Yeah.
They became, you know, because they saw what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I want out of this point is that we all have the preparation for our spiritual salvation, and because we have the spiritual salvation, we have the physical salvation also. Like if we are sick, if we don't have parnasa, if we have other kind of problems, spiritual problems, we have midas and taivas and everything. We have already, you know, in our life, we made the preparation. So I heard an amazing story of it's a guy that I know him, a skilled friend of mine. He went to the Israeli army, to the Commander Army. It's like the SEALs in America, in the army in America. So they have 18 months of
Service.
Of service before they go into the service, the tironut we call it. You know, before you become one of these guys. So the end of the training is with the motor boat, small motor, plastic, you know, gumi.
Yeah.
So they sit 6 guys here and 6 guys on this side.
Like a rail.
No, it's a boat.
No, it's motorized. It's
Motorized?
Motorized.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know?
A little,
It's a motorboat.
Yeah.
How do you call it?
Motorboat.
Zodiac, we call it.
Zodiac. It's like
Zodiac.
special forces.
Yeah, special forces. Yeah, well, the SEALs, you know. So, and the commander says number 3. So the guy goes like this, back. He falls back, put the air in his mouth, and he dives to where he has to go. He says 3, this one goes. Says 5, this one goes. And that's how they go. All they have to do, you know, to put the air in the mouth and put the button and they... Okay. So this guy, this friend of mine, he saw that the other guy that just fall out, something was wrong. So he didn't wait for the order and he jumped up before and he goes and he sees the guy
Falling down.
sinking, just going down without nothing, and the air passed in his hand. So he caught him, he took out his hair, put it in his mouth, and pulled him out, and saved him. So they gave him a, how do you call it, a medal, yeah, special medal, and they threw him out of the course.
Mm-hmm.
Why? He didn't wait for the order to jump. He saved his life, but he didn't wait for the order, so he was thrown out of the, okay. So he was very disappointed, that he was...
Hashem will take him in. Hashem.
Then, he finished the army like a regular soldier, and he went like many young Israelis, they go around, a trip around the world. He went to India, and he found a nice Indian woman, and he wants to marry her. And it was in a village, the marriage was in a village, and they took the color, the bride from this side, and the khatan, how do you say khatan? Groom from this side, and there was a fall of water in the beginning. And suddenly he comes close to the fall of water, and he sees letters in Hebrew. And he feels that he was pushed away. So he tried, he cannot do that. Suddenly he felt that he's frightened, he's a serious guy, he's a very strong guy, he's, I'm frightened, I cannot turn away and run away. I saw him, in Europe, straight after the story, I saw him, he was like in a trauma, he didn't know what's going on with him. He was like this, I saw him like this. No drugs and no drinks and no nothing. He was going like this, how are you? Okay. He was like this. And then he went over to Israel. He lived in a small village. And then one of our friends, he made tshuva, and he decided that he's going to bring this guy to the yeshiva. But he didn't want, so he took a taxi driver, and he told him, I'm going to kidnap a friend of mine, and you help me. Okay, so they open there, they go and speak, and he pushed him into the taxi, go, and he went to the yeshiva. So he goes to the yeshiva, and he takes, in the yeshiva they learn Kabbalah. And on the first page that he opens, there's the menorah, with all the letters in the menorah, and above it there's the Shem Hashem, the name of Hashem, Yud Ke Vav Ke. He opens the book, he doesn't know, he starts crying.
The same letters that he saw.
So he said, this is the letters. This is the letters that I saw on the spring, in the
waterfall.
On the waterfall. Yeah, and the end should be like this. Straight away he made tshuva, but it wasn't like this. He saw. Who saved me then from? Who told me not to get married with a foreign woman? Like it was that. Hashem. This is the name of Hashem. He went back to his village and went back to his life and went back to his job. It took him, I think, a year, at least a year, until he started keeping Shabbos and doing everything. But where is the salvation starts? When he saved the life of his friend. This is this is the root of his salvation. Then he gets to Mordechai. The name of the Rav was really Mordechai. And he got there, but nothing happened. Nothing happened. Yeah, like in the story of the Megillah, Mordechai shouts, "Don't go to the king's party. Don't go to the." They go. It's Mordechai. Mordechai tzaddik. He's a great tzaddik. Everybody knows him. No, they did. But in the end, it comes. I have this spiritual salvation. I prepared for myself by accident. Like it looks like I prepared everything for myself already. I did, I read now an amazing story, really amazing story of a guy who was a very strong guy in Europe, in Poland, and the non-Jewish guys, attacked the village he was there, and him by himself, he took a piece of wood and he sent them away. He saved them. They managed to take one girl, I don't know, 10 years old girl, and he ran after them and he hit them and he took them away. My grandfather was also like this, very strong, small guy. He used to take the railway
tiles.
Like this, it's really heavy. And run after the going. Maybe they came to the Jewish neighborhood, he would take it by himself. Run after 10, 20, 30 people. He's running like this. Going like small guy. My father also was strong, and my brother is strong. I didn't get this. I didn't get this power.
You got the sechot.
Yeah. It's amazing, the strong people, very strong people. So he saved this girl, and then he left town. He didn't manage learning, he didn't manage anything. He left town and he became a circus man. The guy that bends metal pieces of iron with his teeth. A strong man.
Gibor.
Yeah, the Gibor. So one time on the circle they came close to the village and everybody invited him. So they invited him and he was very happy and he remembered what happened with him and how he grew up here and everything is okay. And this girl didn't get married. She was already 27, very old girl, 27. She can be a grandmother already at 27, yeah? She wasn't married and he was, what do they say, 35? No, more. A little bit more. They had like 10 years between them. So someone had the idea, okay, get them together. So he got married with her and he stayed there, And then the Nazi came but you see that he made his
actions,
his own salvation for himself. He saved her. He didn't save her to get married with her. But this is what happened. This is what happened in the. So each one of us, we have this root here. And this in Torah, it took me a little bit time. Abraham? You're still here. Okay, now just checking your hair. Where do we get the power to get Geula, to get salvation? Where? From the last Geula. Because the salvation is, what is the salvation? Salvation is that I know everything around is spiritual. Everything around is Hashem. This is the salvation. To be out of the how do you call them? The
handcuffs
of the nature. So it says when it's Torah Resh Nun 250 in Likutei Moharan, when God remembers Israel that they are in tsar, how do you say tsar, in pain, trouble among the people, among the nations, the other nation. So he cries, and the 2 tears goes out of his eyes into the big sea. Why does he cry? Because Israel are among the nations. And what happens when they are among the nations? They learn from the other nations how to behave. Why? Because they see that they have success. The rich people, the strong people, the intelligent people. They are non-Jewish. And the Jewish, okay, there are some rich people, there are some clever people, but who holds the world? Who runs the world? What we can see with our eyes? The non-Jewish people. Yeah? So then our belief is going down. So what happens when someone cries? What happens when someone cries? The tears cleans his eyes, and then he can see better. So when Hashem cries, and 2 tears go into the world, then He gives us the power to look. What Hashem does is the other side. With my eyes, I can see. With the eyes of Hashem, He gives me the power to see. So then He cries, and then He gives us the Ashgacha Pratit, like you said. Yeah, it's not but accident. Everything that happens with you, it's not accident. I am here. I am moving everything. I'm doing it for you. I'm working for you. There's nothing that happened by accident. Everything is just planned it. And then when He cries, His voice goes from the one side of the world to the other side of the world. Means I can hear what Hashem speaks to me. How can I do it? So this the main Eitzah, suggestion. One of the main ideas of Breslov is speak to Hashem. Itbodedut, that's what they call it. Itbodedut, speak to Hashem. And how do you get your salvation? Think, I want to be there. I want to be free. I want to have good eyes, that I can look good on everyone, like you're speaking about this taxi driver. Taxi driver, it's a miracle. A taxi driver to stop, for something. It's wow, amazing. Yeah, amazing. He stops. He had the eyes to see. Why should I go anyway? Everybody is moving so slow, So I let this guy pass, and then I go. What's the problem, Look, have good eyes. I have to pray for it. I have to ask for it. And this is what we spoke about the last shiur. We said in Purim, this light of the last salvation, of the last geula, is strongly appears. Reveals. Now in Purim, this is the time. All the Breslovers, they go out to the Sadeh. And if you look, there's a advertisement now. Boded. You saw these pictures, red and blue, big pictures, that they took out. Go out. They make buses, full buses out to the fields. They take everyone in another place. Everybody goes out in the 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. They're going out. Some buses go in the morning, like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Wow.
I want everybody to be out. But you don't have to. We have a terrace here, right in the house. Yeah. After everybody fell asleep, or when put the alarm clock, to get up, go out. Now is the time. Everybody that asks
will be answered.
Will be answered. Yeah, how, when, why? I'm going there. At least, the richest guy in town says, I'm open. Whoever comes will get $100, $500, 1,000, 10,000, whatever. I'm going there. They'll give me 100. Okay, 100. It's not bad. It's more than nothing. They give me 1,000. It's better. 5,000. It's better. Whatever you will be willing to give me, but give me, Give me eyes to look, give me heart to understand, give me brains to remember, give me a good memory, a good imagination, a good dinyon. I can ask for everything. This is the time. And this is, even if I don't get it now, I prepare my salvation for the time to come. Yeah? When I will be on the pressure, on the physical pressure, like in the time of Megillat Esther, the physical pressure, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. Now I give one shout, and then I will be answered. Why? Because I did it on this Purim, on the Purim before, on the Purim before, on the Purim before. It took me like 500 hours of prayer, and on the time, it will come out. B'ezrat Hashem, soon the Beit HaMikdash will be built, and we all be happy, and we all eat al ha'esh. Amen. Amen.
Invest in cattle futures.
Huh?
Invest in cattle futures.
Yeah, I